CEO Antinori spills that Meg harried him to get slot in Tignanello ambassador. Mike Tindall knocks her out. Meghan Markle doesn't just have a favourite wine, she had a lifestyle blog named after it. Antinori's Tignanello, discounted lifestyle blog The Tig, is an Italian wine produced in Tuscany. Specifically, it's a red wine blend of predominantly Sangiovese and some Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc mixed in. Markle said in the site's bio that a sip of this wine suddenly made her understand what people meant by the body, the legs, the structure of wine. It was a aha moment at its finest, she wrote. And so Tig became Markle's shorthand for the feeling of suddenly understanding something, said the cut. Maybe that's the original blog that she shamelessly stole the name from and just had to come up with some clever Meghan-related, personalised, unique, amazing story behind it. Some believe she stole the name Tig from a popular blog called The It Girl. It's not surprising that the Tig wine is not scrambling for an endorsement. Why would they want to associate themselves with her? She did what she always does. Gloria to Glow, Harry to H, Tignanello, the Tig. I don't know why she feels the need to slice down a complete identity to a cute nickname that takes away from them to suit whatever needs she may have. Maybe that's why her friends called her Nutmeg. Now, after all contracts failed, Meghan contacted CEO Antinori to ask for a slot in Tignanello brand ambassador list. However, her demand was ignored. Tignanello isn't exactly cheap, so not surprising they don't want to be associated with a grifter. Meanwhile, the brand is said to be lining up Mike Tindall for the role. Mike Tindall will be selling signed bottles of his own gin for £60. Married to the Queen's granddaughter Zara Tindall, it's not known if Mr. Tindall's grandmother-in-law was the inspiration for the new special booze. The brand is called Black Eye, created in partnership with fellow former rugby star James Haskell. Don't you think it's interesting that Meghan wasn't even given a brand ambassadorship for a beloved lightbulb moment? Tignanello experience, the one which propelled her into influencer stratospheric success. Are they cringing at her association with the brand? Yes. To be an influencer for a wine brand, you need to be able to have pull with numbers of people following sales, conversions to clicks, but most importantly for pull, you need someone who knows wine and is respected for that knowledge to be able to sell it. Her story is one where it wasn't so much about the wine, but more her lack of knowledge about wines previously, which led her to understand wines a little more. Who's going to be influenced to buy a higher priced wine who doesn't already know at least as much or more than her? I heard that story and thought it was clearly a bad story to name her blog The Tig to make it sound profound, but couldn't figure out why. I later learned that she stole the name, as she steals everything, or mirrors everything that she can't draw as an influencer for wine. Moreover, Meghan has talked on more than one occasion about dealing with problems by taking to her bed with a bottle of red wine and a loaf of bread. Anyway, I'm not sure that's the image they would want to be associated with. Antinori is the producer of Tignanello. They've been making wine since the late 1300s. Tignanello wins, not buys awards. Their brand would be cheapened by any association with her. Meghan is such a snob that she claims to be an expert on things like wine, when the reality is that she can't tell a Vignol from a Merlot. 100% she either chooses by price or goes with the mass-produced and marketed to women stuff, which tends to be sweeter than sweet, whites and spritzers.